Mornings used to feel like chaos for me. I'd wake up already behind. Kids asking for breakfast, dishes still in the sink, my mind racing with everything we should be doing. And honestly, I felt defeated before the day even started. But over time, I found a rhythm, a simple 3 step morning routine that shifted the tone of our entire homeschool day. It's not complicated, it's not perfect, but it's peaceful. And I think it might help you too. The first step was the hardest step for me to implement, but it's been the most life giving. I wake up before the house does. At first, it was just 20 minutes. I'd make coffee and I'd sit with the Lord. No lesson plans, no expectations, just stillness. Sometimes I read my Bible, sometimes I journaled, sometimes I just sat and took a breath in the quiet. Because I've learned if I try to pour out before being poured in, I burn out. Starting my day with God, not my to do list, reminds me who I am. Not just a homeschool mom, not just the cook, the cleaner, the coordinator, but a daughter. Loved, seen, filled. And from that place, I can lead my family better because I'm not leading from empty. Once I established that moment of stillness, I began to do a quick 10-minute reset. I'm not deep cleaning, I'm not organizing a closet, I'm just putting the house in order enough to say, we're ready. I wipe the counters, I clear the table, I set out our books or morning time basket. It's less about making things look good and more about preparing a space that feels welcoming. It helps my brain shift from reactive to intentional. This is a sacred space. This is the start of something that matters. And somehow that small act of stewardship helps me feel calmer, even when the baby's crying and someone spilled milk again. And when it's time to start, we begin together. Sometimes that means breakfast at the table. Other times it's a couch full of blankets and morning snuggles. But the point is, we pause and root ourselves before the day gets started. We might read scripture, pray, recite a poem, or read a chapter aloud. It's not always calm. Someone might be upside down in the chair. The toddler might interrupt every 30 seconds. But even in the mess, it still sets the tone. Because when we begin in connection, in shared presence, we're reminded why we're doing this in the first place. It's not just about getting through lessons, it's about forming hearts. And those first few minutes often carry us through the rest of the day, especially when the day gets loud or hard. Now, these are the things that I do in the morning to make sure that I'm prepared for our homeschool day. After I established these habits, I also began to work out in the mornings and get to the gym and try to get some intentional time of moving my body. And I found that that also helped me to really be ready for the day and really be ready to steward my babies well. But these top 3 tips are a great way to start and be intentional and not make it so hard, but keep it super simple. It's a great place to build off of. Friend, I know how wild mornings can feel, but they don't have to be chaotic to be fruitful. This simple rhythm, start before the noise, reset the space, begin together, has brought so much peace into our home. And it didn't take a massive overhaul, just a few faithful shifts. If you're wanting a place to build your own morning rhythms, that's exactly why I created the Home Management and Homeschool Planner. There's space to write out routines, set rhythms, and walk into your mornings with intention. It's become the tool that holds the peace I'm trying to protect in this season. You'll find it in the description below. I'd love to know, what's your current morning routine like? Is there a small shift you want to try this week? Maybe waking up just a little bit earlier or starting with prayer. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to encourage you and walk this with you. Check out this next video for more encouragement and practical tips.